Hey, it's Isabel from the Assisted Living Network. And if you are feeling limited by only being able to have 6 beds in your area for your first care home, consider that zoning does not have to limit you. It's just not the zone you want to be in. Let's talk. In the United States right now, there are 76 million baby boomers. The number one dilemma for these baby boomers? Housing. That dilemma can be your opportunity. Welcome to the Assisted Living Network podcast, where you can discover how just one residential assisted living home could secure your financial future forever. You have all heard me say a million times that depending on where you are in the country, you may be limited from 6 to 16 beds. And this is true. And if you're going to be residentially zoned, which is what we usually suggest at the Residential Assisted Living Academy, I would be remiss if I didn't also mention that going beyond that limit is not a city or state issue. Many states do not have a limit. Their number for licensed beds in one community is unlimited. It's a zoning issue, not a state issue. So if you want to go beyond the number your area supposedly limited you to, all you have to do is go for commercial zoning. I mean, think about it. There are big boxes in every state and no one's limiting them from opening up large communities. So why would they limit you? Also, just because something is zoned commercial doesn't mean it has to be a big, huge commercial, looking cement box with no home-like features. Not at all. You can make something very home-like and home-looking. We've had students create insanely gorgeous 20 beds and 34 beds, very home-like and home-looking commercial units for seniors. Commercial zoning is typically the type of zoning that will allow you to go for larger, but it could also be multifamily, unincorporated areas, or mixed-use zoning that does the trick too. All of those are potential ways to get around a limited bed count in your area. So how do you find out what's allowed? Well, every state has a website where the state will list all of the licensed care homes in your state. So you should go to that list and download it and start digging around and finding out some information. But first, you need to go to the zoning department and start asking all the questions. And I mean all of them. Find out each and every zoning type in your city. Ask them about special use permits or variances. Ask them where you can do a 6-bed, a 10-bed, a 16-bed. What if you wanted to do 30 or 50 beds, etc.? Find out what zoning area allows for what. Come with your list of questions. Be prepared to take notes. Next, you need to find their GIS, their Geographic Information System map. This is typically a quick Google search, but not every city has one so easily found. So be mindful that every area is different depending on how progressive they are. In general, though, this map will help you greatly. And if you find out that to have 30 beds, you have to go commercial or multifamily, okay, great. You can pop a potential address into this GIS map and it will tell you what zoning is in that area. And if it's commercial, you should be good to go. Another workaround is, remember that list of all the care homes in the state? Pop some of those addresses into the area that you're looking to work with and the number of beds that you'll want into the GIS map, and it'll show you their zoning. And if you're seeing a trend, like all the care homes that are over 30 beds are zoned in mixed use, okay, great. Now you have an answer too.
Hey there, it's Isabel from the Assisted Living Network. And if you want to see inside our students' homes who are successful all across the country, the students who've come through the Residential Assisted Living Academy, went back to their prospective markets and opened a care home, they put the education into action, then the Origin Stories is for you. It is an incredible product that shows you over 40 home tours of amazing care home owners across the country. They share with you their journeys, their struggles, their ups and downs, and they really give you a lot of amazing tips and tricks that they learned along the way in their own individual markets. I really want you to check this out, so don't forget Click the show notes and grab your ticket today. Now, back to the show.
So get those limits, understand what works and what doesn't, and make sure that the math is mathing. Because sometimes having 30 beds may not be what you actually want. More beds equals more staff and potentially more stress. And if you're trying to keep the 4-to-1 or 5-to-1 ratio with 30 beds, you now have to have 6 people on during the day, maybe 4 to 6 at night. That's a lot more staff to deal with, and if one person calls out and the administrator can't find someone to fill that shift, they end up taking it on themselves. Now, what happens if someone else calls out that same day? You will need a lot more layers the larger you go. So consider your personal goals. What do you want? Is it all about cash flow, or are you trying to create the best environment for your seniors? At Residential Assisted Living Academy, we typically recommend going with residential zoning and sticking within the limits of what you're allowed in that end of the field, as long as the math pans out. But we have students who have ventured out and they're taking things a lot bigger now. And we've helped them as well along the way. The choice is always up to you. It's always been up to you. This is your business. It's your baby. You get to build it the way you want. I wanted to share this trick on going past a limit of 6 beds because some people can't make the math work with 6 residents. So using this strategy and increasing to 10 or 16 can really make things work for them. And others will take it up to the hundreds. You know, nothing can stop you, just like nothing can stop the big box owners. So if you grabbed anything from this episode, I hope that you learn to not take no for an answer, to ask questions, to glean information, follow the guidelines, and always make sure that the math works. And don't forget, like and share this episode and follow us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Thank you for listening to the Assisted Living Network. See you next time.